Yeah, no surprise that Bopara's out there in the middle. Big one this, into the leg side, and over the fielder's head. Gets just enough. Mohsen's gonna think that there was a chance here, but I think he just might have had enough to get over the fielder.
And I like this approach by the Rhinos. They need to keep attacking the bowlers. Just goes down on his left knee. Full stretch. Had the fielder in business for a while, only to go over again in a must-win situation.
Got a really good piece of this, the skipper, Kushal Malla. Maybe needed to be just a little bit taller in the deep, as this one is smoked right out of the middle of the bat, and this one's even bigger. Kushal Malla, he's putting them in the stands. I wonder if that was taken in the stands as well, because you get 25,000 Nepali rupees if you take a spectator's catch, thanks to Kulti.com, our official ticketing partner.
Yeah, this is a wonderful passage of play, and I've liked the way the captain of the Rhinos is turning up. He's batting on 22 in 18, and he's already hit 2 sixes and a 4. You can't be playing on the back foot over here. You've got to put the pressure back on the fielding side. This is good counter-attack. This partnership worth 31. They're going at almost 7.5 and over. No respite. He's taken a liking to Mohsen. This is the third towering 6 in the over. And it's Kushal Malla. He's in his element.
He really got a hold of Mohsen in the previous over, Kushal Malla. 3 maximums, and each of them got bigger and bigger as he struck them.
And he is just about putting the pressure back on the fielding side. His 4th home run. And he's in his elements today and in the zone as well. He's on fire.
Well, the 100 mark has now been crossed. 104 in 13.3 overs. And I think we've got a big game on our hands here. It's going to be a big total, especially if this man has anything to say about it. Kushal Malla, the skipper. He's been dealing in 6s, and this one's gone a long way again. This time he takes on Arnico. Fielder, got to give him for the effort, but I don't think he ever would have had that covered.
Yeah, remember, the Bulls have quite a few left-arm spinners in the side.
The swinging arc, you get penalized for it. It's 2 back-to-back wides.
Yeah, he's looking good, 35 and 22, 4 sixes. Down the ground, over the bowler's head, a couple of bounces. It's a boundary. Malla says, I'll take charge. And he's powering the Rhinos to a very strong total this afternoon.
Stand and deliver stuff, this. It's in the slot, and he helps himself to 4 more. Almost adding insult to injury as it goes right past the bowler.
The Bulls are missing a trick. They need to get a bowler that'll take the ball away from the left-handed batter, but then at the other end you have Bopara. This one's high up in the air, and this one's out of here as well. Lovely strike from the bat of Malla. He's dealing in 6s and 4s. He's in his zone, and he's hitting some biggies in the middle.
I think Mohsen's going to feel a little bit better now after his over. He'll know that he's not the only one that's been taken apart. Swinging through the line, goes straight over the ground. And he helps himself to another 6 more. Kushal Malla so far.
This is a very fine display of power hitting in the middle. Yeah, he'll get to the other end. He's accumulated 20 in over number 14. He'll keep strike as well. Malla is in his peak of his powers. It's 117 for 3. You have third up in the circle. There's fine leg as well up in the circle. There's a deep mid wicket, deep square leg, long on, long off. Malla in his zone. Nicely played. Late call for 2. Will Bopara push for the second? He's running to the danger end, and they'll complete it comfortably. And this man's not impressed, Jimmy Neesham. 8 runs coming off this over. It's been a good one.
One to go onto the used pitch of yesterday has worked a treat. We've been waiting for Kushal Malla, haven't we? And he's 1 away from a half century. international cricket, but you also just wonder whether a very calm character like Ravi Bopara has had an influence, because we've seen him promising, haven't we? He's got in a couple of times, but now we're seeing the true man at the crease.
Yeah, I've read, I see all the things on social, and he's come in for a lot of criticism this year. He was dropped at the end of that United States tour. He hasn't had a good year. I'm not going to pretend he has, but I do think there's something special about him. There's a thing.
Drive you nuts, the Glenn Maxwell. They'll win you a game in the blink of an eye, and then frustrate you many times. Malla may very well be one of those players. 16 gone, 1-3-1 for 3.
Well, it's a carnival atmosphere, it's party time at the Festival of the Himalayas. It's our penultimate Super Saturday, and the only one remaining is the grand finale on Saturday the 21st of September. Jimmy Neesham to continue. We heard Goffey wax lyrical there about how much he's enjoyed it. How much are you looking forward to that grand final in particular? It's been something else this tournament, hasn't it?
Which, you know, sometimes a tournament can just go the wrong way for you, and 4 days to go of group stages, you can have your qualifiers. It hasn't been the case. It's been perfect.
Short ball, Malla goes after it, man out there, put down! Oh, Asif Sheikh, what have you done? Count him up, chalk him up, do whatever you want. 150's up, and Malla's going to make them pay for that drop catch.
Is coming in for a pasting here. Kishore has gone for 33 already, and he's being given a third over, which is surprising considering the amount of options that they have, the Bolts.
I just wondered, would maybe the mystery spin of Sher Malla have been the option? Just want to show you this drop once more, HD. The reason why, we've seen too many drop catches, I agree with you. The vast majority on that side of the ground with the sun coming down. That's not Malla's go-to shot. He was.
Then you take the ball into your hands and then you pull it down into your chest. His hands were below chest height.
Just over the head of the extra cover fielders, right on the edge. It'll be 4 more. X-Factor Malla going into Glenn Maxwell mode here. The 100 partnerships come up. It's changed the game. It may well be changing the season for more than a couple of teams.
We might see a Dane Patterson moment on social media. For those of you who doubt me, watch this.
I could assure you Kushal is not that type. He's more likely to say, oh, I didn't play very well. I thought I should have got more runs, I'm sorry. Very humble and very cool. I do not understand it. Maybe I'm old school, H. Why do you try and scoop a ramp when you have the power that this man has?
Well, there's always a couple of things that I would look at. Now, I know that there's a lot of players who play this shot very well and it can be effective. But if I was a coach, and I'm only joking here, by the way, I would say if you weigh over a certain number, or if you're taller than a certain height, or you bench press more than a certain weight, you are not allowed to play that shot.
You can only go downtown. And I can promise you something. I've seen Kushal in the gym. It's him and Karen KC. Of any of the senior Nepal players, they bench the most by a distance. As strong as an ox. Good Yorker. Under pressure, Mahato. 2 to go. surely Rajbanshi has to bowl his fourth and final, even if it's the 19th.
1 for 5 in 3 and you don't get another bowl. There would be some questions asked, surely. Captains are reluctant to bowl it so late on in the innings. The advantage of if he does bowl the traditional leg spinner, that it does suit the left-hander. We've seen some captains be brave. We saw Harsh Thakur bowl the final over in an innings and be successful.
Low full toss is not a bad ball, and now you're not going to believe this, it's Jimmy Neesham with the misfield. Rajbanshi helps out his overseas player of his career, but just has an ability to do it in all sorts of conditions, doesn't he?
I do think if anyone's going to put pressure on Rohit Padel's incredible tournament with the bat, I think it's, in my opinion, it's going to be Ravi Bopara. I still think he's very organised. I think he knows exactly what he's doing in T20 cricket. He's played over 400 games in T20 cricket. He reads the situations so well. It's not all crash, boom, bang. That's brilliantly bowled.
Does a lot of it in a kind of a rather understated way, despite his elegance, despite his timing. Has a lovely ability to, he's striking at 133 here. Hasn't played too many shots in anger. Good Yorker from Neesham. Need to find a way here, the Bolts, to take some momentum in. To do that, they need a good last 10 deliveries. Keep them under 180. Keep that chase at about 9 and over. It is a good batting surface. You just never know then. Monstrous, 6 more put down in the crowd, I believe. They say that pace is Malla's Achilles heel. He says, I'll still smash it out of the ground.
That's a hard cutter into the surface. But Neesham doesn't get the response from the pitch that he was hoping for. Malla just stands and helps himself. Such a strong man.
Full toss. Oh, just watch it sail towards long on and taken. Malla doesn't want to go just yet.